The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Mosinzia of No Time for Love called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones you love will be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com and over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Also heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful gentleman who is back by popular demand, and he had some hit singles out with Free Time, Pop Truth, Mad Sexy, and also Immersion. And he's also irreplaceable as well, too. He also released Bubblegum and iHeart as well. And lately, he has his own Vivo channel, and he's won numerous awards. And he began at the age of 9, and he's got a couple of songs he'll be featuring as well, too. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studio somewhere in the world, ladies and gentlemen, he's backed by popular demand, very talented Ian Guerin. Ian, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us once again.
Hey, Mike. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, it's good to have you back as well, too. And last we talked, you basically had some material out, which you had some Free Time, Pop Truth, Mad Sexy, Immersion, Irreplaceable, and more. And you had a really interesting story that was starting off as well, too. You also got some brand new material as well. And before we get into what's been happening with you, once again, tell us quickly how you got started.
Well, I got started at the age of 9. My aunt, one of my aunts, took me to a recording studio because she heard me singing in her karaoke machine, and she said, "You know, I know you can sing." So I did. She didn't know I could sing, so she said, "I'm going to gift you something," and she took me to a recording studio on my birthday. Wow. And I recorded a demo of covers. I remember Oops, I Did It Again was there by Britney Spears. Yes, and I was 9 years old, and I remember just going into that booth and knowing that that was it, that I wanted to do that for the rest of my life. I had some doubts in between because, I fell in love and I wanted to get married and whatnot. But it was like a slight, a very small moment of my life that I now look back at and I'm like, oh, God, the universe is really wise when it doesn't let you do those kinds of things, even though they hurt at the moment. In that moment. So that's how I got started. When I decided that I wasn't going to pursue going to college and getting married with my high school sweetheart because it wasn't a plan that I wanted to look back at 40 and say, hey, this is what I did with my life. I had 3 demos by then, and I decided to take out some of the songs that I had written in my spare time and put out a single. And well, the rest is history. That was in 2010, and I was really young, and I think that I've come a long way.
It does sound like you've come a long way, and you also had some music, Free Time, Pop Truth, Mad Sexy, Immersion, Irreplaceable. Just quickly tell us about those songs, and also talking about the songs and what's been happening with you between the last time we talked and now as well.
I was actually, I gotta tell you this. I was actually so excited to, when I got the note that I was going to be on your show, because your show was the first time. It was like a year and a half ago, right?
Really? That long? Wow.
Yes.
I thought it was yesterday, to be honest with you. I thought it was yesterday. Time flew so fast. Oh, my God.
Yes, I know. And it was a year and a half ago. And I remember being in the Mayan coast. I was renting a house over there and living there. And at that time, I had only been given chance to do written interviews. I had been on shows, but like 1 or 2, and the rest was written. I was in blogs and all of that, like website magazines. And so the first time that I was like on a radio show was with you. And I remember
I lost track. I thought you were like maybe on 10, 20, 50, 100 already, but I'm glad we know. So I do feel honored. So
yes, I've been like, and I've lost count of how many shows have happened since then. Like it's been like 10 just this week, but yours was the first one that I did. And I remember it's a really small town where I was at the first time. And I remember being at a hotel, which is owned by a friend. And we were there in the gift shop. And she said, like, you got to run because it's your interview. And like the whole town was so excited. I remember grabbing a cab to my house. and again, this is a really small town. So it's like a 2-minute drive. But everyone was cheering like, hey, there you go, way you go. And everyone was like so hyped. And I remember when we finished talking, I went to the pizza place. There's just one. And I went there and my friends were there and like, hey, how was it? And when it came out, they actually played it in the restaurant so we all could hear it.
Wow.
Yes.
And how many people were in the restaurant at the time?
Couple of dozen people, more than a couple. Like plenty.
Come on, is it a couple? Is it a plenty? Is it a dozen? Come on, come on.
It was over 100 people because that's one of the biggest pizza places.
Wow.
There, and it was one of the days where cruises come in, so there was a lot of people because it's like deserted when cruises don't come. But it was one of those cruises days, and they were there, and all the tourists were there, and the locals were there. So it was a packed house for that. And ever since then, my life completely changed. Like I went to LA and I was at all these morning shows and I did all these interviews and show performances. So it's been a whole ride. So I was really excited to come back because I felt like I've gone full circle.
Now, did you tell people that you're going to be on, and how many people are in the pizza place? Is it still the same 100 people, or is it doubling by now where it requires standing room only? And of course, it's right. I think we're only limited to a certain amount because of the pandemic. Maybe 6 feet apart, or maybe just spread the whole town or something.
I don't know if it's going to be 100 people now because of the pandemic. But what I do know is that there hasn't been a single case of COVID-19 in that town. So they are COVID free. They have a policy where they don't let people in or out without permission. So that it's a thing from the people. It's not like a government thing where they instated that. It's like the people got together and said, the only way to make this continue working is not by not letting, uncontrolled situations happen. So they have an agreement. So they don't wear masks there because there's not a single outsider. So I'm outside right now of there, I had to leave and, for the promo and all of that. But I can't come back in. But I'll make sure to send the video so they play it.
Oh, certainly will. And also, too, I was going to ask you, what pizza did you have? It's like I like sausage, pepperoni, onion, green pepper, a little bit of barbecue sauce. What's your favorite pizza?
My favorite pizza is pepperoni. But that day we were having shrimp pizza.
Ooh, shrimp pizza. I've never heard of it. That is interesting. We're going to have to try that, too. We'll talk more pizza. We'll talk about your upcoming singles as well. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. It's powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Emotions. You Have No Time for Love, called Missing. An extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events. They go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion, and the ones who love be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com and over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, TuneIn, and Pandora, and plus heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with singer, songwriter, and international sensation Ian Guerin, back by popular demand here on the Mike Wagner Show. And last time he was on, we featured some of his music, including Irreplaceable back at the time. We also talked about Free Time, Pop Truth, Mad Sexy, and more. And now you got a couple of new singles out there, and we're going to play those on the audio version of the Mike Wagner Show. We've got For the Holidays and Chapter 2. And tell us more about those.
Well, Chapter 2 actually happened by coincidence because, we went through the worldwide event of being at the same places at the same time starting March. You know, we were all at home for the very first time in history. And so I actually quarantined in a townhouse in the outskirts of the city because I was there for the weekend for a birthday party. My cousin had a birthday party, and it's a family house. So we went over there Friday, normal stuff, you know, and it was a long weekend. And then when the party ended on Sunday, you know, Mondays that was, they were like, oh, there's no schools, there's nothing, you know, we got to lock down. And so, well, I was stuck there. So I ended up living there for the coming 3 months, for the next 3 months. And my sister came in from LA, and so she started quarantining there with me. And, you know, her boyfriend is a cinematographer. She's a director and a producer and a screenwriter. So they came in with all their equipment and all, and they were like, well, we got all of this and we got time, so why don't we make a video? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And so I always thought of Chapter 2 as a single, but I never thought of putting it out after the previous singles were out. I wanted to choose another song, but they said, you know, the only way we can make this work is if it's a ballad, right? So we started working on it, and we actually shot all the video inside the house.
Wow.
Like, it has big spaces and whatnot, you know, and a court yard and all. But we actually shot all the video there. And the model that was in the video is a friend of my sister who came in with her. And so we did a really nice job. And what I learned from this experience is that whatever I think of a song of mine is different to what people might think of it, because once it's out, it's for them to interpret. So I wasn't sure that was going to be a single that people were going to enjoy, and it's becoming my most popular song. You know, people really, really enjoy it. Like, of course, they have like free time laid down in their hearts and minds and encrypted and whatnot. But this one is like rapidly becoming one of their favorites because it speaks a really raw story about, you know, having inner fears and being a broken child and getting over that to be able to love someone the proper way. So I think that's something that people will really, really relate to. Like, what I wanted to the message that I wanted to come across was that you can become the person that you want, to be with who you want, but you need to be yourself first and love yourself and accept yourself in order to provide a great environment for a relationship. And the story behind Chapter 2 is that I wasn't ready for her before because I didn't know how to love myself, so I couldn't love anybody else.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's very important as well, too. And can this song also apply to those going through the pandemic?
Yes. And that's one of the reasons that I also agreed to release it, because it made sense to me. Like, we have a lot of new chapters coming up. You know, we have the vaccine happening now, starting yesterday in the UK. We have the elections. You know, we have an incoming president, and so the world is changing. You know, it's going to be different starting January because we don't know how the dynamic is going to change with once the vaccine starts spreading throughout the world. But it is definitely going to be better than it is now. You know, we don't know how the next administration is going to be. So we have all the situations where we're going to sort of start over, having learned something. So I thought it does apply perfectly to like a rebirth and starting over from a place of knowledge. At least that's what I hope. I hope that everyone did their homework and introspected while they were on lockdown.
And also, too, besides what Chapter 2 we'll talk about for the holidays in just a minute as well, too, here on the Mike Wagner Show, what are some of the other projects you've accomplished during this quarantine?
Well, promotion has been great. Like, I haven't stopped one day. Like, I started doing live sessions for fans in Australia because I got invited I just got a random email because back in the day I used to send a lot of emails to a lot of people and see, throwing the spaghetti to the wall to see what stuck.
Or pizza.
Or shrimp pizza. And I don't know. He got my email and he said, "You want to be part of a live session? We have this artist." And I said, "Yeah, for sure." And I didn't know that we were playing for Australian fans, so I got that. And then I met people through that wanted me on their shows. So I did interviews almost every day. I wrote new songs. Also, I didn't have a lot of equipment there, so I have like a lot of features that I agreed to do coming up starting 2021. But we got a lot of the work that I don't think would have happened done because we were there and had the time to do it. But I haven't stopped one day. And now I got this live performance, which I did on a benefit concert a few weeks back. And a lot of people missed it because I got a lot of fans across the pond and they didn't see it because they were asleep. So they were like messaging me and saying, we need to have it on Vivo. You need to have it up on your channel. We want to see it. And so we worked that out, and it's out December 9th. So it's there, and it's a really nice 7-minute medley of the hit songs and the new single.
That is amazing. Where can we find Chapter 2 and your other works and also your Vivo channel at?
Ian Guerin Vivo is a Vivo channel. They can just go ahead over to YouTube and just type Ian Guerin, and the Vivo channel is the first thing that'll pop up. And you'll also find the albums there. And you can also find the albums on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Tidal, and Amazon Music, and Google Play, and all places. Ian Guerin, and Guerin is Guerin.
We'll certainly look for that. We'll talk about for the holidays in just 1 minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Motion Zia of No Time for Love, called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones who love be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com and over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Also heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here, singer, songwriter, international super sensation Ian Guerin here on the Mike Wagner Show, talking about his latest Chapter 2, what's been doing during the pandemic, and also a song appropriate for the Christmas season is For the Holidays, which is out. And tell us more about that.
Well, For the Holidays is a song that I recorded 2 years back. And I put it out 2 years back. But the good thing about Christmas songs is that they get better in time, right? So I get the chance to promote it every year. And people call it my best work. I don't know if I necessarily agree, but that's for the listeners to go and check out and decide for themselves, right? Mm-hmm. And but it's a funny story because I had this girlfriend that she wasn't my girlfriend, she was my date, but but in my mind she was my girlfriend, and she still is, we stopped talking for a really long time, like 3-4 years. And she like started talking to me after that time, and then she ghosted me again. So I wrote that song. I remember it being October, and I remember, saying, this is the year I'm going to write my Christmas song. I always wanted to have one. And I had several covers, Let It Snow and Jingle Bell Rock, also available online. And I started writing the song, and I remember, it just flowing out of me, like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like the way things are, but I won't sit and cry. I won't, I started writing it from a perspective, like, once I wrote that line, I remember thinking like, oh, whoa, wait, like this is the moment where I decide what's it going to be about. Right. Mm-hmm. And most of the Christmas songs, they're about, holiday cheer, missing someone, longing for someone, or, you wishing they were there, or whatever, or we're together and we're so happy in Christmas, whatever. That's the least popular, but it's there. And so I said to myself, like, I want to do a song that really reflects like my situation. And I want to do a song that also has, a seasonal feeling, but with no strings attached, because there are a lot of people who just want to be with someone during the holidays, just to not spend the holidays alone. So right. I was like, there you go. Like, that's a topic that I want to cover. Like, let's be a couple for the holidays so that we can enjoy the perks of the holidays, like the gifts, the joy, and the parties and the love, and, all of those things that go on. And then, come January, we can just break it up, and there are a lot of friends that, don't want to necessarily hook up with their friends, but they have an attraction, right? And they can just be couple for the holidays. So I wrote it, like a proposal to her, to that girl that ghosted me. And in the hook, you can hear me say, I never gave you up. So don't you think for just 1 second that I gave you up, because I didn't and I won't. And so let's call it ourselves love just for the holidays. And so I started describing a certain string of situations where, like, I remember, and this is funny because during the pandemic and the lockdown, one of my friends from high school came over. He had been at home for a month, and he was bored. It was him and his dog, and he didn't even go out to the grocery store or anything. Mm-hmm. And one day, we told him, like, my cousin and I, we told him, like, hey, do you want to come over? Just drive. It's a 2-hour drive. And it was like 8 p.m. And he was like, I'll be there in 2 hours. And he went over there and we had a few drinks. And the reason why this is relevant is because that night I told him about how he was part of the song, because he had a girlfriend in high school and I had just broken up with mine. And they came into the sushi place where we were eating one Friday, and they were both wearing Santa hats. Oh. And I was like, damn, I wish I could have a girlfriend like to wear a Santa hat and come in looking that well, right? And I told him that story, and he was, and I played the song for him, and he was like, oh, well, thank you for putting me in the song. I don't remember that event, and thank God that I don't.
But yeah, it's not you, it's me in these times.
Yeah, but I was trying to make him feel good that he was in the song, and he didn't even remember that situation. But I was like, well, it's there forever. And I think that it's a cool thing to do. Like, you like someone, buy matching Santa hats and go places. And that's what the song says. Like, so we wear Santa hats like my friends did back in high school. And we might look stupid when we walk in the room, but people will wish they were wearing them too, right? Because that's it. Like, people want to have love, but if they see someone hooking up with someone, they'll be like, oh, they don't look that great together. But that's because they're jealous, So it covers a lot of things, and so I think it's a very inclusive song. And we live in a world where, romance. I have another song called Feature in Your Life, also included in my Irreplaceable album, that says love and romance is dated and love's overrated. And I know we live in that world. So
I can imagine you coming up and saying, hey, I like your Santa hat. Can I hook up with you for the holidays? And then we can split after New Year's and you can go on with your life. And maybe if I run to you a Santa hat, do it again next December. Can we do that?
That is a great idea. Like, have it be a symbol of that. Or that is actually a great idea.
Or a follow-up for the holidays too. It's just like, this was great. Let's do it again. Something like that. And, all kinds of ideas come out of it too. And since you wrote that song 2 years ago for the holidays, does that theme also apply to the pandemic where people are going to be in near isolation during the pandemic for Christmas time, where instead of coming over to people's houses, risking getting COVID and doing the Zoom thing, it's like, does this apply also to a pandemic during the holidays?
Yes, I hadn't thought of it that way. But, if if there's a new wave of lockdowns coming up. So make sure when it starts in your hometown, for everybody listening, make sure to lock down with someone that you kind of crush on, make sure to invite them over, and then you play them the song, pop up a bottle of wine and make it happen for that. Yes, definitely. I hadn't thought of that, but it definitely applies, because you're not going to get to pick and choose like you usually do when you go to all these holiday parties. So you're going, and it's going to sound awful if I say it this way, but it's gonna be like that. You're just going to have to take what's there. So make sure the person that is there is someone that you actually like, so that you can spend the time. And for sure, like, what are we going to do during lockdown? Lock down with a friend and hook up and have, buy some gifts and make it personal, so that we don't have to go out and we're out of this situation. The sooner, the better.
And don't forget the virtual mistletoes.
Oh, for sure. There's a part that says that all the mistletoes will be marked, "We were here, baby." So buy a lot of them and put them around the house, like on top of the fridge and, wherever you want, like in the upper part of the closet. And so, make it a thing where you can, just go around the house and say, "Oh, there's a mistletoe coming over, kiss me," and get something started. Like, we can have fun inside and without putting others at risk, for sure. I hadn't thought of that. You're giving me too many good ideas today.
And I think that's really good. I'll have you back on next year, and you can tell us how it went too. And where can we find For the Holidays at?
All places, all streaming services, by typing Ian Guerin For the Holidays. Again, Guerin is Guerin. And it's there as a single, or if you got the album, if you get the album, like buy the album, it's a bonus track on the album, so that you have everything there. Like, I tried to bundle it up so that they got it all in one piece, but the single is available. It's available on Instagram and Facebook with the lyrics, so that you can dress up your stories, you can pimp them out with that. So everywhere, Ian Guerin For the Holidays.
That is amazing. We're certainly looking forward to that. Once again, singer, songwriter, and international sensation Ian Guerin here on the Mike Wagner Show. A very big thank you for your time. You're always fantastic. Looking forward to having you again in 2021 and beyond. And tell us about your upcoming projects, and once again, your website, and how do people contact you, and where can people purchase or listen to your music?
Thank you for having me. And for 2021, I have a lot of collaboration plans. I also would like to tour. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but if not, I'll have virtual concerts for sure. So people ought to check that out. And I wish to have like new music videos, especially the collaborations, because there are really interesting people that I want to work with. And so there are a lot of projects coming up. I can't line them all up because I don't know in which order they'll come out, but it's definitely going to be a busy year, hopefully the busiest, as was 2020. And my songs, again, they're available everywhere music is streamed or sold, just by typing Ian Guerin. And my social media is at I am Ian Guerin on Instagram and Twitter, and on Facebook you can find me as Ian Guerin. The Facebook fan page just is Ian Guerin with a white picture and shades, or you can also add me to my personal page. There's a follow button there, so you can add me. So everywhere, but especially Instagram, because that's the one that I like the most, like at I am Ian Guerin on Instagram.
We certainly would do that. Once again, Ian, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely great, and you're always fantastic, and always look forward to having you again very soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And do me a favor, please keep in touch. I love hearing more of your stories, and maybe we'll have a pizza sometime, virtually, by the way.
For sure, for sure.
Gonna lie, I don't like the way things are, but I won't just sit and cry. Christmas time's a time made for us to celebrate the love and the winter air. So gonna take a risk, put my heart up on my sleeve. I'ma try to make a day with you. I know what I said, you insist you lose the game, but Santa's just a busy now. He'll take my call, there's no Santa on the north.
From the 1st to the 31st, share some love and the parties, the gifts and the joy. Then if we like it, we can take it to bigger proportions in January.
I never gave you up. Don't you think for just a second I gave you up? I did and I won't. So I hope we can call it love. At least for the holidays. At least for the holidays, my love. Make it happen. Please make it happen for us this Christmas. So we wear Santa hats like my friends did back in high school. We might look stupid when we walk in the room, but they'll wish they were wearing them too. They'll say it's Santa, hide the fact that they think that we look cute. No, you can't buy that feeling you get to me. Only you can make it blue. So if you got doubts, please remember this. I never gave you up. Don't you think for just a second I gave you up? I did and I won't. So I hope we can call it love. At least for the holidays. At least for the holidays. My love, if we both want it, we'll get it. Just reply my text and a date and we'll get at it, you know it. We don't need Rudolph to guide us. We'll be our own Santa, exchanges and kisses. All mistletoe will be marked when we're happy. I never gave you up. Don't you think for just one second I gave you up? I did and I won't. So I hope we can call it love. At least for the holidays. At least for the holidays, my love. I never gave you up. Don't you think for just one second I gave you up? I did and I won't. So I hope we can call it love. So I hope we can call it love. At least for the holidays. At least for the holidays. It's been years since the last time we went to the mall in between class. I remember it all perfectly cause I tried to kiss ya. Yeah, right, I was in to see me with ya. Oh. But it suddenly ended, I went cold and you took some distance. My emotions just went up and down in a whirlwind. Anxiety, tears, broken dreams and obsession. How I like you and see you in love hasn't changed, but the one thing that isn't ready for you, I've become the man you want. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do, to tell me what to say. I don't need nobody to make me feel secure, to build myself for you, baby. Baby, you got it, 'cause you've been hurt, I understand it. Been dragged to think about you, or what you decided. He was a pain in the butt, but what's that to do? I've tamed my demons best way I can. I work my head so that it won't flounder. Back to the dark place, back to the scar, get constantly hounded. My rejection and inferiority. I ask myself to remain calm. You're capable, you're wonderful, you like who you become. Don't blow it, don't blow it. She needs a man who's strong. I remind myself that I don't need nobody to tell me what to do, to tell me what to say. I don't need nobody to make me feel secure, to build myself for you, baby. Baby, you got it, 'cause you've been hurt, I understand it. Been dragged to think about you, or what you decided. He was a pain in your butt. What's that to do? We need to be a friend this time. I'm here, I'm willing, I'm able. We don't really need to mess around. We're both jacked out of the same boat. Just chance of like for us to ride. Grab a pen on my hand and step to. But for you, I'll take the chance. We don't need nobody to tell us what to do, to tell us how to live. We don't need nobody to build us out for two.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.